Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've posted a video, but since it's Inktober, I thought I would do a show and tell of my Inktober collection. Let me place the camera down. Okay, so I did my pieces in advance because October, end of September, October, beginning of October, beginning of November is all a time of a lot of grief for me. There's a lot of death anniversaries, and I knew that would make it difficult to do things every day. So I basically treated mid to end of September as Inktober, and these are the pieces I made. I indicated in a previous video that I've opened an Etsy shop, and I've been doing tiny pet portraits and little tiny paintings that I then put into a cabochon and then hang on a sterling silver chain. For example, this one. This one is of my own dog. I have two dogs. I have the video of Zuzu, who you've met, my Shih Tzu mix rescue. But there was a bonded, inseparable pair when we went there, and so our other dog is Bibi, who is a Bichon mix, a Havanese Bichon Frise mix. And this is a pendant I made of her, and I love to wear it. So that is Bibi, and I can show you the finished one of Zuzu. This is a smiling Zuzu. It's kind of a rare moment for her to smile. It's always extra special when she smiles, but she does, and it's really cute. So I did a pendant. And because I want to wear both of them at the same time, I actually switched up the chain lengths. In my Etsy shop, most of my necklaces are sold on 18-inch sterling silver chains, but for multiple orders where you get more than one pet, you can opt for a 16-inch chain like this one, along with a 20-inch chain like this one, and then you can kind of stack them on your neck, and then you'd have both pets hanging, so everyone's there while you're out. I like doing that. So let's get to Inktober. I still used ink, which is traditional. I know normally people like to use only black and white or black and white in a single color, but I just love color, so I thought it wouldn't be fun without using color. I love doing animals, I love doing food, and like meaningful objects. Like I have a tendency, when I know an object is meaningful to someone, I like to make them a gift of a drawing of something special they like a boat or a special type of flower. This is a flower. I think those make really nice gifts. These were prompted by the Inktober prompts from the main Inktober site, though I also twisted them to be things that I actually wanted to draw. So some of them are a little bit of a stretch, but in general, I think I stuck to the Inktober prompt pretty well. So let's get started. For day one of Inktober, the prompt was ring, and so I chose a tasty ring of a donut. I hope that this is focusing. Let me see if I need to change the focus. Okay, I think it might be a little clearer now. So this is my donut, which is the ring prompt, and I thought it looked really tasty, and it would be fun to put lots of little sprinkles on it, and do a blue contrast to the pink frosting. So that's what I did. Most of these pendants will be available in the Etsy shop by the end of the month. Some of them already are available. As each particular prompt day comes along, I post them. So then the second day was mindless, and I kind of struggled to picture what could go with that prompt, but I thought for so many people love coffee, and it's what wakes people's minds up in the morning, so they're not mindless. I thought that was kind of a little more fun than the negative of mindlessness. So even though I don't drink coffee, here is a really cute cup of coffee, or you can imagine it as a hot chocolate, which I'd really love. And yeah, I played around with the colors. I made this one a little more, I guess, artistic license and less realistic. But I still wanted to have some sense of realism. And the day 3 was bait. And for me, I still think of food for humans, and how for me the bait would be sweets or something. And I just think macarons are so pretty. So I looked up a pink macaron with a raspberry on it. I used references that were all free. Some from Pixabay, some from photos that I've taken myself. So every one of these images is free for commercial use, and I've also made it my own interpretation here. So this is the macaron. I tried to get as many little details as I could in it, while still keeping it at 1 inch. What's very interesting is when you're making these 1-inch pendants, that the glass of the cabochon actually magnifies the drawing a tiny bit when you finish it, so you have to anticipate that when you draw. If you look at one of the earlier videos where I show placing the glass cabochon onto the tiny painting, you can actually see how it sort of alters the image when it's finished. This one is for October 4th. Freeze was the prompt. This one's a little sad. October 4th is my mother's death anniversary. And it's a very hard day for me. And she loved so many flowers, and in particular roses, and so I thought I would draw a flower that would have meant something to her, because when I see something she loved, I kind of freeze. So that was sort of the prompt idea. It was the only one I decided to do black and white on. This is based on a reference photo I took myself of a flower I saw while I was walking that I thought was very beautiful, and I'd been meaning to draw it for a very long time. It's sort of the first time doing this all black and white with some stippling. This is one that probably will not go in the shop. It's a little too meaningful to me, I guess, and I like it, and I've already worn it. I wore it on my mom's death anniversary, but it is part of the collection. I think probably all the others will be available. I can also still make other rose ones if anyone likes roses. I would love to be commissioned to make one. So then I missed a couple days. I didn't do anything for Build or Husky, but for day 7, Enchanted, I chose books, because books enchant me, and I find them enchanting, and I love books. I'm a writer, I'm also an artist, and the physical object of a book and just the look of a book, it means a lot to me. So I drew this of a book with some glasses on it, and the glasses are kind of similar to mine. So if you look on my Instagram page, you can see that I took a photo that showed my glasses in the background, because they sort of echoed each other. But this was based on a free reference photo from Pixabay with my own artistic interpretation. So yes, this one is also available in the shop. And then the one I believe I posted today is this one. I skipped Frail and I skipped Swing, and so this is for the prompt Pattern. It's this BB again, so you may recognize her from before. She's our Bichon Havanese, and she loves socks. Like, just as much as toys, she will just grab socks and try to stuff as many socks in her mouth as she possibly can. And so I had a picture of her with a sock in her mouth. I'll admit that the sock that was actually in her mouth was a lot more boring than this and didn't have a real exciting pattern on it, but I thought the picture would be more fun with some dots and a contrast in the pattern, and not just like a boring white gray sock. So yes, this one is BB. It is in the shop if anyone happens to really like little white fluffy dogs with socks. That one's around. And so now you're going to see a preview of what I'll be posting for the rest of the month. So this is an exclusive. Okay. The next will be tomorrow is the 11th. It will be snow. And as you know, I love food. It makes a lot of sense that when I think of snow, I think of an ice cream, especially like a vanilla ice cream sundae. I love hot fudge sundaes. And so here is a sundae. The rest will all be available in the shop, so I don't want to have to keep repeating that. But yeah, and I'll show it on Instagram, I'll show it on Twitter. Here, this was actually a prompt that was popular in so many different Inktober prompts, aside from the official one. The idea of a candle was really very popular. And it's the one that's also closest to black and white. I really wanted to get that sense of the glow that happens. So this is my candle. After the candle, let's see. I skip, I think that's for ash. And then maybe this is overgrown, I think. For overgrown, it can also go for legend, really. A pumpkin, which is very seasonally appropriate. It's based on a picture of a pumpkin I took myself. And I happen to love drawing pumpkins and gourds, which you may remember from my art in my Society 6 shop, which still exists. But I'm more excited about my Etsy shop right now. But yeah, so I really love just the shadows and the roundness and the shape. So that one is the pumpkin. After the pumpkin, I think it's for the 16th is wild. And I used that as an excuse to draw a wild animal and a beautiful owl. I think owls are so cool and also kind of terrifying, but really cool. So I wanted to really convey an owl. I tried to get some of the detail of the feathers in there. The precision of the smallest lines is what I'm really working on. I've gotten some very small paintbrushes and the finest liners I can find to do the very, very thin lines and dots. And I'm still learning. Actually, in the next one, I did something new that I haven't done on any of the others yet. This one will be for the 17th, the idea of ornament. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's a flower that I took a picture of. I believe it is a type of hibiscus based on my research. And for this one, I hope it's visible in the light that I put a little bit of gold ink in there. And so when it moves, the gold flecks like here and there and there. I thought that would just be a fun little addition on this yellow flower. A little ornamental. That should be appropriate for the post. Then I would skip. Oh no, right. The next day is Misfit. And so I kind of went with an ugly duckling idea, even though this is obviously the most beautiful duckling to me. I think this duck is gorgeous. But the concept, the trope of an ugly duckling. So the idea of a misfit. And I really worked on the iridescence of the feathers in here as much as I could with normal ink pen. And that was what I really wanted to show in this duckling. The next would be for the prompt Ghost. I did a red cardinal. I don't believe in ghosts, but I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people attach a lot of symbolic significance to birds and especially cardinals. And so I wanted to, I guess, represent that. I've written an essay in the New York Times actually called My Mother's Not a Bird, about how I don't think of my mother that way, but I know a lot of people do, and I do think cardinals are beautiful. I love birds. So I did draw this cardinal here. After the cardinal, let's see, the idea of ancient for 23, I went with a mushroom, which was another prompt that was across a lot of prompt lists. People seem to really like mushrooms. I mean, they're cute, and some I think are tasty. So I had a lot of fun doing that one. I liked the colors and I liked the shape. I guess I really like doing round shapes. After that would be the 25th Tasty. I did an ice cream cone. I really tried to enhance the contrast between lights and darks on this one. Try to convey the majesty of like a very tall ice cream cone on a hot day when it's exactly what you want. Yeah. And then for dark, number 26, I went for a chocolate cupcake. This is again sort of similar to the coffee style and more like cute food style, not as realistic. It just was what I felt like doing at the time. I think it's kind of cute. I do really like some chocolate cupcakes. And then finally, I'm going to skip a few days and go straight to ripe, so day 31. This is an orange I took a picture of a long time ago. It's actually the same orange that's in the fruit bowl video from, I don't know, a year or two ago when I redrew a fruit bowl. I took other pictures of this orange as a reference photo, and I finally here have the opportunity to use it again. I like the three-dimensionality of it. I think the magnification of the cabochon makes it extra fun that way. So there you go. That is my full tour of Inktober. I hope you like these and you enjoyed learning about them. If you like any of them in particular, please feel free to check out my shop and make an order, or ask for a commission of a particular object that's meaningful to you, or a pet or animal that's meaningful to you, or a flower. That would be really cool. In the meantime, I hope to make more pieces that I can tell you about, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.